Hello, Miriam. You're coming home today, right? Yeah, Mom. Should get there like about 6 p.m. or so. Has it really been 5 years? Are you busy at work now? Yeah, I suppose so. This work requires me to go overseas a lot, so yeah, it's kinda hectic at times. I'm driving over. I hope there's enough parking space available. If not, I may have to park it down the street at that parking garage. Don't worry. That spot is usually open. You can park it there. Oh, that reminds me. Those sweets you brought home when you were here 5 years ago? I remember they were real delicious. Oh yeah, those. Yep, they were pretty good. I'm surprised you remembered. I wonder if they are still available. They are pretty popular. I'm sure they still sell them. Could you pick some of those up for me on your way here? Sure, I can do that. Oh, yeah, Mom? There was something I wanted to ask you about. What is it? It's about Nadine. I heard that you're sort of acting a bit rude to her. Is that true? Pardon me? What are you talking about? It's just something I heard from a friend of mine that lives nearby. She told me that my younger brother's wife was having a hard time there, that you were mistreating her. Who told you that? I bet it was Caroline down the street, wasn't it? That's not true at all. I treat her like I do everyone else. She said you're making her do all the housework and she suffers verbal abuse from you on a daily basis. All I'm doing is giving her a little life lesson as an experienced mother. That's all. She needs someone to teach her how to cook and clean, right? Nadine is still young. She really has inadequate experience as a married woman. I can't believe people saw it that way. Mistreating her, please, I would never do such a thing. But you know what? If such rumors are really going around, maybe I should come out and say it. What is it, Mom? To be honest, I really can't bring myself to like Nadine. I know Frank could find someone a lot better. I think she's just using my son. Huh? Are you serious, Mom? You sound like some conspiracy nut. Nadine seems like a really nice person if you ask me. Why do you have to take her side? You're my daughter, aren't you? I'm not taking anybody's side here. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying you guys all live together, so it would be advantageous to all if each of you give and take a little, find common ground. All right, I got it. I suppose if I just keep quiet, people won't see me as a mean old mother-in-law. I'm being serious here, Mom. Yes, I know. I'll try my best to be a better mother-in-law. I should be there by 6 or 7. Yes, all right. Drive carefully. Nadine, where the hell are you right now?
I was just vacuuming the living room. Your daughter's coming home, so I wanted the place looking spotless. Is there something you need?
Yes, my daughter. I was just online with her. She has a lot to say about you. Or should I say, she scolded me.
Huh? She said something about me?
So, you've been spreading gossip around that I've been mistreating you, that I'm making you work against your will.
I would never spread such rumors.
Don't you lie to me. I never did anything to you. All I did was discipline you so you would do a better job at cleaning and cooking. Just passing down what I learned from my mother.
I'm sorry, I'm still not up to par with all the household chores. I assure you, I'll do better.
I'm not asking you to be an expert. All I'm saying is just do the basic chores, that's all. Your cooking is horrendous, your cleaning is always incomplete. And when you do the laundry, all the clothes end up all wrinkled. How can you even call yourself a housewife? Do you even realize the inconvenience you are causing?
I'm doing my best.
Well, it doesn't seem that way to me at all. It all seems half-baked. I don't believe you can make my son happy.
Please forgive me. I will do better. I assure you.
It's too late to apologize. I want you out of this house right this minute. As punishment for spreading all over the neighborhood, no dinner for you.
I don't recall spreading such rumors.
Shut your mouth. Don't you dare come back tonight. Stay at somewhere. Just stay away from here. Sleep at the park. I don't want you here tonight.
But I was.
I don't want to hear it. Just get out of here. Oh, and don't take any money with you. My punishment of no dinner will have no meaning.
All right, if you insist.
Hello, Nadine, are you okay to talk?
Hello, Miriam. It's been a while. Good to see you back home again.
Yeah, thanks. I just got home a while ago.
Really? That's great. Must feel good to be home.
I just drove by the park on my way here and saw you digging through the trash bin. Were you looking for something?
Yeah. It was just,
I was going to stop and say hello, but I couldn't find a parking spot, so I figured I would see you at home. But you never showed. I could go back and help you find whatever you're looking for.
No, really, it's nothing. I wouldn't want to inconvenience you.
Don't be like that. We're family now. What were you looking for?
I was looking for some, food. I thought there might be some food someone left behind, so please, don't mind me, Miriam.
Wait, could you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, you know the 7-Eleven is nearby. Figured there might be some food scraps in there, so... maybe some leftover snacks?
Oh, I get it. You were looking for food scraps for the birds. Is that it?
No, nothing like that.
So what were you doing looking for food?
It's for me. I'm being starved.
Say again. What did you say? What's going on here?
Yes, well, it's just that.
Does this have to do with how my mom is mistreating you?
I really shouldn't.
Come on, Nadine. You've told me this much. Just come out and tell the whole story. The reason you told me that much can only mean you're reaching out for help. Well, I'm here to help you, Nadine. So let that cat out of the bag. I'm right, aren't I?
Well, I was. I was told that I had spread rumors around the neighborhood that I was being mistreated by your mother. She said that you told her that you scolded her for it.
My God, she said that? All I said was I heard some rumors from a local friend and asked her if it was true. She, of course, denied it.
But I never said anything about you spreading those rumors.
Yes, of course. I know you're not the kind of person to do such a thing. Anyway, thanks for believing me. I'm not sure if my mom purposely twisted my words, knowing what I'd said, or just took it at face value. I never should have mentioned it. Made things worse. I'm really sorry, Nadine.
Please, you're not to blame.
Now that you told me, can I ask you a little more about your situation? About you digging through the trash earlier?
Yes, that. Your mother won't allow me to eat as punishment, but when Frank is home, everything is pretty normal. But when he's late or on a business trip, she'd have her dinner as usual and then would throw all the leftovers away. She took possession of my bank book and cash cards, so I'm constantly without money. unable to buy any food on my own.
I see. If you have no money and no card, you can't even use your smartphone as a payment method.
Yes, that's right. So, I was digging through the trash looking for scraps of food. I hate doing it, but I had no other choice.
Well, that's good to hear. So you didn't really eat any of that stuff, right?
No, not yet at least.
Not yet? This happened before?
The day before yesterday, Frank was ordered to go on a business trip for 2 weeks.
Wait, he's gonna be gone for 2 weeks?
This is the longest that he'll be gone. I've never had to endure this for that long. I don't know what I'm going to do. My parents passed away when I was young. I have no home to go back to.
Wait a sec, don't tell me you haven't eaten in 2 days. Why didn't you say that earlier? I'm headed over there right now. Wait there by the park entrance. Don't you dare go anywhere, Nadine.
Right. I'll be there.
Nadine, are you seeing this? Where the hell are you right now?
I'm sleeping in a park.
Good girl. Don't you dare go knocking on people's doors for help. All you'll do is spread more lies about me. Better to spend some time in the park with the squirrels. You do anything stupid and I'll make Frank divorce you. Just keep that in mind as you gaze up at the stars. Nadine, are you there? Are you doing okay?
Hello, Miriam. Yes, I'm fine. Thanks so much for getting me this motel room for the night. It's very comfortable. And thanks for dinner, too. I must have seemed like a hungry child. I'm really sorry. And that $300 you lent me, I'll pay that back as soon as possible.
Forget about all that. Did you get a little rest?
Yes, definitely. I feel much better thanks to you.
You can have breakfast at the diner across the street after you check out tomorrow. So get your fill before I pick you up. I'll text you again in the morning.
Thanks for everything, Miriam.
Oh yeah, and I contacted Frank and told him everything. That idiot, he had no idea about any of this. Men, you can't live with them and you can't live without them, as they say.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to worry him. He was just so busy with work and all. I've never had to talk to him about any of this.
I sent him all the conversation text regarding this whole mess that he's furious about now.
Oh, so that's why he called earlier saying he was really sorry. He was on the verge of tears.
Oh, so he read the whole thing already, huh? Well, good for him.
Yes, seems like it. He said he talked to his boss about having urgent family matters and he finally got permission to come back for a while. He said that he'll arrive tomorrow at noon.
Okay, so everything is ready to go. We'll get the operation in motion tomorrow afternoon. My mom's going to be across town tomorrow for her women's luncheon, so she won't be back till later. So that's our chance to get the ball rolling.
Right. I won't ever forget this, Miriam.
We're not done yet. Let's leave the festivities for later. Miriam, are you still asleep? Good morning, Mom. I'm off to a luncheon with my friends today. The one you were talking about the other day, right? Well, have fun. You said you'll be back around 6 p.m.? No change there? Yes, that's about right. Okay, I'm off. See you later. All right, drive carefully and have a nice luncheon, Mom. Nadine, you ready? Mom just left for her luncheon with friends. You at the diner?
Yes, just finished up.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. and then we start packing and moving this stuff out.
I'm ready anytime you are.
Nadine, where the hell are you? I just got home to find all Frank's and your stuff gone. The place is practically empty. What's this about? Explain yourself right this minute. I don't have time for this. Nadine, are you seeing this? Mom, you there? Miriam, where have you been? Something is not right at home. Do you know anything about this? I'll explain everything to you, Mom, so hold your horses. Frank and Nadine have moved out. They no longer live there. Wait, what? What are you saying? I can understand Nadine moving out, but Frank too? That can't be. Anyway, he's on a business trip now. How could he move out? He took some time off and came back to help move. Frank is furious how you treated Nadine. He had no idea what was going on. In fact, he was in tears when he heard. I feel the same way. I was away for 5 years. Maybe I never should have come back, but then again, I would never have known about Nadine. So in the end, it worked out, but I never want to return again, to be honest. But... Oh, come on, Miriam. Relax. It's not what you think. I never treated her that badly. I really don't know what I did wrong. Well, let me explain something to you real simple like. Frank and I are infuriated by the way you treated Nadine. The way you deprived her of food, taking her money away from her. We concocted a plan to help her escape from this hellhole. When you were gone on your little luncheon with the girls, we set our plan into motion and got their stuff out of the house. Now that they've been liberated, they never plan to return. This is some sort of prank, right? You can't be serious. Please, you can't do this. Oh, and the reason why I came back after 5 long years? What do you mean, reason? You're just back for a visit, right? The reason I'm back is to ask you to move out of that house. Move out? What are you even talking about? You do know that this house is still in Dad's name, right? 5 years ago, you divorced Dad, but you refused to move out. So Dad, out of the kindness of his heart, arranged it so that you would pay $600 a month rent to continue living there. A bargain, if you ask me. Excuse me? What rent? Figures. You had no idea about the whole arrangement. At this time, Frank paid $400 a month and I covered the rest. Frank wanted to take Nadine and move out, but with having to pay the rent on the house, he was forced to stay. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. About Dad. A lot has happened in the 5 years since he divorced you. He decided to set things straight regarding the inheritance. And that's where that house comes in. The house you've been living in for the past 5 years. Dad asked me to come down here and talk to you about this whole arrangement and what we would do going forward. But as soon as I arrived, I find out about this abuse, this mistreatment of Nadine. Although I was all set to make some sort of accommodation and give you some leeway, but we came to the conclusion that none of that was needed. So, as the first step, I had Frank and Nadine escape from that house. How could you? I'm your mother, for God's sake. And you're next in line to get out of that house. What the hell are you talking about? You're my daughter. You can't do this. Why are you on your dad's side anyways? The daughter should back her mother up. That's always been the way. Your father abandoned me to live with another woman. I bet you didn't know that. Before we got divorced, when I found out about their relationship, can you imagine how hurt I was? I was in a depression for months afterwards. And now you plan to confiscate this house from me. I'm the victim here. How cruel does someone have to be to do such a thing? And you're my daughter. As payment for the suffering he brought to me, I demand that he hand over this house to me as compensation. I will never leave this house. This house is mine. Never will I hand over this house to you double-crossing traitors. Wow, where did that come from? You got it all backwards, Mom. Dad met his current wife after he divorced you. The reason he divorced you was because of your selfishness and disregard for others. Always looking out for number one. My selfishness? I never. No use explaining things now, but we've already made the decision, Mom. You're out of that house, like it or not. You can't be serious. Where the hell am I going to go? I have nowhere else to go. My folks are gone. I have no real close relatives to turn to. What do I do? I'll introduce you to a live-in job. Live-in what? Live-in job, Mom. You can live and work there, all inclusive. Frank's boss had some connections and found you the perfect position. I'd take it if I were you. It's a small fish processing factory up north called Ace Fisheries. They need a supervisor for their employee dormitory. It also includes cooking and cleaning. Ace Fisheries? That sounds familiar. Where have I heard that name before? But live in? No way. I can't do that. I'd rather you take me in. You're my daughter. You take care of me. It's the least you can do for your own mother. That's not happening. Why? I'm sure you have enough room. Now that my son has abandoned me. It seems the only other option is for my eldest daughter to take it upon herself to look after her poor mother. That only seems fair. Sorry, Mom, I'm getting married. Uh-huh? You mean married. Yeah, Mom, married. He is going to be transferred overseas for a few years at least, so I'll be joining him. So no way you can live with me. You can't do this to me, Miriam. I suggest you take up the offer from Ace Fisheries. You'll have a place to live, you can work, have 3 meals a day. What more can you ask for? You should be grateful you even have such a choice. I remember where I'd heard this Ace Fisheries. A friend's delinquent son ran into some trouble with the law, and one night a black van arrived at their home and took him away. Several years later, he returned, a completely changed man. A polite, well-groomed young man. I can't go there. Please, Miriam, I'm frightened. That black van. It's sitting right outside my door. What am I going to do? Miriam, please help me. Miriam, please don't do this. Although she resisted when that van arrived at her house, but she eventually relented and packed her meager belongings and was taken away. She arrived at the site several hours later and began work the very next morning, which involved cooking and cleaning for the woman worker. Many of these women were veteran workers with years of experience. Although a supervisor of this dorm, these women were thick-skinned, hard-working folks, and they would not take any crap from anybody, much less a pampered old woman. She would jump a mile when one of these tough women even talked to her. A self-centered attitude is ill-suited in a place like that. But all things considered, I think she's in good hands. It will be a good life lesson for her. Maybe those women will knock some common sense into her. As for Frank and Nadine, they rented a small apartment near where my dad lives, and they see each other often. I hear Nadine gets along great with Dad's new wife. I hope things work out for them. Me? I'm getting married in the summer and then heading to Europe for a few years. Maybe I'll finally be able to visit Paris. It's gonna be an adventure.